Hello everybody, it's getting to be that time again, T4As. So this is a very quick video just to show you the steps that I think of realtors in some cases as well, because some of them will be getting T4As, but I'm just going to go on the active roster for now. So if you go into your realtor roster, it would have been doing instead is just clicking this export to Excel button. That is going to give you an Excel dump of all of your agents, and then we can go through and take a look at that. So okay, so I made this sample, like an abbreviated version, so we didn't have to look at a million different test accounts anyway, but you'll get the idea. So this will dump your realtor roster down to an Excel sheet, and from here, it's very easy to see where there might possibly be some issues, right? So for any agent that is not incorporated, and that is where this PREC column shows no, the SIN number becomes mandatory because that's how we're going to submit it. If they are, we've got major problems with all four of our agents. That's definitely going to be an issue. And what I'm going to want to do is go to each of these agents and actually get their information. So this can be common. It does happen sometimes when you're adding new agents and whoever's entering the information in maybe doesn't have that information right at hand. They'll just sort of put in a placeholder. But now is the time when that sort of comes back to us, right? So you'll want to make changes there. And then there's other fields, of course, like address and so on, where you may want to have that. I mean, that will show on the T4A, whatever mailing address we have for the agent or rated. Typically, we'll use the company name. This is that company name / check payable field, if that is populated. If not, we'll just fall back to using the agent's. Okay, so that's step one. Let's assume we fixed all of those issues. We're back in RealDesk. Step two is to go to financial and then click on T4. So like for instance, if my gross commission income before any splits was $100,000, but then I had say 20% worth of splits to the brokerage. So the brokerage took 20,000 and I got 80,000 at the end of this. If I check this box, exclude deductions from gross commission income, what'll show up on the T4A is 80,000. If I uncheck this box, then it will show up as $100,000, right? So either way, up until like this was only available, and you'll probably want to leave this unchecked, but you can also, if you like, check this, and then again, like those office fees deals. So this will automatically only select the agents that had income in the year that you're trying to pull them for. So 2025 in this case. And this will include both active and inactive agents. So it doesn't matter if they're inactive now, if they were active at some point in 2025 and they received income such that they're step two complete. Let's say I've looked through everything, everything looks good, and I'm ready to go ahead and send them out to the agent. So that's step three. Exact same process. I'm going to choose my last year as my commission year, choose whether I include or exclude. You should obviously use the same setting that you used in step two. Choose my agents. It's going to be every exact same process. You'll still receive a package that has everybody's everything. And then each individual agent will receive their an email with their individual T4A plus their agent earnings report and expense report and so on, right? So at that point, the T4As have been issued. The other thing that that will allow is that if the agents want to come in here directly, log into RealDesk, go into their financial statistics section, and then they've got an option T4A, and then they can do the same basic thing here. They can just select the year and then download. That will then allow them to do that because you've now issued the T4As. Until you actually send them out using that generate process, the agents won't be able to download them. And of course, they also won't receive that email. So once you've done that, step 3 is complete. One more step to go. Okay, step 4, home stretch. So the last step is going to be to generate this XML file and file that with CRA. CRA is this mandatory, I think, now for any company that has more than 5 people. So it's going to be pretty much everybody. So this is generally the way that you're going to want to do this. And there's a few different ways that you can do it, either submitting it yourself, or if you have an accountant from an external firm or whatever, they can also do it for you. And there's one little thing that you have to add in if you're sort of following that second path, which I will demonstrate as part of this. So again, exact same process for the first little bit, right? We're going to select our year, 2025 in this case. We're going to add all of our agents and then obviously decide whether or not you want to include or exclude deductions from gross commission income, exact same way that you had that box checked. It's just basically filling out the header information. And for the most part, we're going to auto-populate this, but the way that the CRA parses addresses is a little bit different than the way that we do it. So numeric, right? So like ABC123 or something like that. You can get that from them. You can put this into this rep ID field, and then same thing. You've not use an accountant and you're just going to submit it yourself via my business account. You can just use this, leave this rep ID blank. So once all that's done, you can click generate document, and it will be sent to you by email. So it always goes now to the logged in user. Before, it used to always go to the broker address. And so if you weren't logged in as the broker, then you'd have to go ask somebody to forward it to you. We got rid of that last year. So now it's always going to go to the logged in user. So I'd probably CRA my business account, or alternatively send it to your accountant and they can do that in Represent a Client. And that's it. 4 steps, but these should take you a couple minutes each.